Salam everyone. Let's move to the next example of textbook only. Question number 17. From the question, let's first of all find out total outcome. A lot of 20 bulbs contains 4 defective ones and 1 bulb. So overall how many bulbs are there? 20 bulbs are there. Out of that, how many defective ones are there? So 4 are defective ones. So here we can write total outcome. Total number of outcomes is what? 20. Then one bulb is drawn at random from the lot. Whatever lot is there, from that we have to take out one of the bulb. What is the probability that this bulb is defective? तो जो bulb हम निकाल रहे हैं, so we have to find out whether that bulb is defective. Suppose, so we have to find out that bulb is what? Defective one. So out of 20, how many are defective one? Is 4. So I can write here favorable outcome is how much? 4. So I can write probability of getting defective bulb is what? Favorable number of favorable outcome upon total number of outcome. So what is the favorable outcome? Out of 20, how many are defected one? 4. So it's 4 upon another total number of bulbs, it's 20. So our answer is 4 ones are 4 fives are 1 upon 5. So this is the answer of first part of the question. Now let's move to the second part. From here, start with the second part. Now, suppose the bulb drawn. So initially there were 20 bulbs. Out of that, 16 are non-defective. 16 are what? Non-defective, and 4 are what? Defective one. So if I read it again, suppose the bulb drawn in case 1, इसमें जो हमने एक bulb निकाला था is not defective one, is non-defective. So what? Not defective and is not replaced. And is not replaced means what? 20 में से एक bulb निकाला और उसे वहीं रख दिया. So now after 20, if I remove one of the bulb, so now how many bulbs are remain? It's 19. So how many bulbs remain? Now 19 bulbs are only there because one we kept aside, and the bulb which we kept aside is what? Non-defective one. Total how many non-defective one are there? It's 16. So if I subtract 1 from it, so now non-defective are 16 minus 1. So now there are 15 non-defective one, and how many defective one are there? Still 4 are there as a defective one. Again I am repeating all this thing. Listen. Overall 20 bulbs are there. Out of that, 16 are non-defective and 4 are what? Defective. From first case, I remove one of the bulb outside, which was what? Non-defective. जो bulb बाहर निकाला वो non-defective था. तो 16 में से निकल गया. So 16 minus 1 is what? 15. So now defected ones. Now out of remaining 19 bulbs, in 19 bulbs, 15 are non-defective and 4 are what? Defective one. So 15 plus 4 is what? 19. Let's find out what we have to find now. What is the probability that the bulb is non-defective? Now how many non-defective are there? 15. So here total outcome is what? 20 minus 1 is what? 19, and favorable outcome is how much? Non-defective means 16 minus 1 is what? 15. So we can write probability of getting non-defective bulb equals to 15, that is favorable outcome, upon 19. So actually this is the important part. So 15 upon 19 is the required probability of getting non-defective one. Just because of the second case I explained this example. The first one is a normal one. This part second makes it somewhat tricky one. So as we separate one from the total outcome. Let's move to the next question, 20th. This is one of the important question. I'll explain why it's an important. Now, in a textbook, a diagram is given something like this. For 20th, a rectangle. Inside that, a circle is there. Now let's read the question along with this diagram. Suppose you drop a die. Die means dice only. Suppose if you drop a dice at a random on a rectangular region. Rectangular region means this is a rectangle. Suppose this is a rectangle region and inside it a circle is there. What is the probability that it will land inside the circle? If I am going to drop a dice on this is a rectangle. If I am going to drop a dice on it, so where it is going to fall that we don't know. We can't predict it will fall inside the circle or outside the circle. So it might be fall here, here or inside also. So for this, to find its total outcome, we have to find out the area of this rectangle and also we have to find out the area of this circle. So this is what is the new in this question. First time for probability we are finding the area as it's related to what? Region. It's related to what? Region. Diameter of circle is what? Diameter of circle is given 1 meter and the length of rectangle is given how much? It's given 3 meter. 3 and here it is given what? 2 meter. So length of rectangle is 3 meter and breadth is what? 2 meter. To start this sum, first of all we will find out the area of rectangle. Area of rectangle, length into breadth. What is the length here? It's 3. Breadth is 2. So it will be 6 meter square. This is the area of this whole region or rectangle where the dice is going to fall. Second one. Now this is the what? This is the region where we have to fall that die. So area of circle. Now what is the formula to find area of circle is pi r square. Now here diameter is given what? 1 meter. So radius is what? 1 by 2 meter. Half of the diameter is what? Radius. So half of 1 is what? 1 by 2 meter. So area of circle equals to pi. No need to replace the value of pi. Keep the pi value as it is. Radius is what? 1 by 2 square. So pi as it is 1 upon 4. Squaring 1 square is 1, 2 square is what? 4. So I got 4 upon pi upon 4 meter square. So I got the area of rectangle and I got the area of circle. Now let's go to the question. I have to find the probability that it will land inside the circle. Probability that dice land inside the circle. This is equals to favorable outcome is what? Area of circle and area of total outcome is what? Area of rectangle. As we got both the values here, area of circle is pi by 4, area of rectangle is 6. So if we calculate this, area of circle pi by 4 What is the area of rectangle? It's what? 6. If I take this 6, if nothing is there means what? 1. If I take 6 by 1 to the numerator, it will get reciprocate. जो 6 by 1 है वो क्या हो जाएगा? 1 by 6. तो pi into 1 is what? Pi itself. 6 4s are 24. So this is the probability of getting that dice on this inside the circle. So this is the way we have to find. Again I am repeating the whole thing. Why we find out the area? Because we have to make that dice fall inside the circle. For that I shown you this one. Dice we have to fall inside the circle, so it might fall anywhere on this rectangle. So total outcome is what? Area of rectangle, and favorable outcome is what? Area of circle. So area of rectangle and area of circle. Area of circle is favorable outcome, area of rectangle is total outcome. Divide them. 6 will move to the numerator, it will get reciprocate. 6 4s are 24 pi. This is the answer. Mark this one as a star sum, because this is the only sum where we are using area formula. Let's move to next question. That is what 23rd question. Before starting this question, let me explain condition for coins. Suppose there is only one coin, number of coin is 1. Then what are the possible outcomes? It's either head or tail. So total outcome is what? 2. Suppose there are number of coins is 2. Suppose there are 2 coins, then possible outcomes will be what? It's head head, tail tail, head tail, or tail head. 1 2 3 4. So it's what? Possible outcome is what? 4. Now suppose the number of coins. Now 3 coins are there. Now possible outcome will be either head head head, and here tail tail and tail. Take first 2 heads, then tail, then opposite of this 2 heads, 2 tail and 1 head. Take here head tail head. Here it will be tail head tail. Only first head, then 2 tails. Here first tail, then 2 heads. By doing this way, you are not supposed to find any. You are not going to find any other. You are not going to miss any other condition. So 4 plus 4. How many outcomes are possible? 8. So it depends on what? Coins got 2 sets. So it's 2 raised to 1 is 2. Suppose there are 2 coins, then 2 raised to 2. It's what? 4. 3 coins, then 2 raised to 3. It's what? 8 condition. 8, 4 and 2. What does it mean? So number of coins. So number of outcome depends on what? 2 raised to n. This n stands for number of coins. So by this we'll get the total outcome, 2 raised to n. Now based on this we're going to start with next example. Now let's read the question. A game consists of tossing a 1 rupee coin. A coin is there. A coin is means one coin 3 times. But how many times they want to toss it? 3 times. And noting its outcome each time. Hanif wins if all the tosses gives the same result. Hanif is going to win with condition what? With same result. That is either 3 heads or 3 tails. By tossing 3 times a coin, if he is going to get all the 3 heads or all the 3 tails, then only then he is going to win, and loses otherwise. Otherwise he is going to lose. Calculate the probability that Hanif will lose the game. So let's write down first all the possible outcome. So it's head, 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 tail, 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 head, head, tail, 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 head, head, tail, head, tail, head, tail. Last, 1 head, 2 tails, 1 tail. So what does it mean? Total outcomes is equals to how much? 8. Now to win. Hanif to win, he has to get what? Either all the 3 heads or all the 3 tails. To win, he has to get what? Either 3 heads or 3 tails. So probably that Hanif will lose the game. So probability of Hanif lose the game is what? Lose the game means by this 2 condition is going to win. So by remaining means if I remove this 3 heads and 3 tails, what are the remaining outcomes? This 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So now favorable outcome is what here? Number of favorable outcomes divided by total number of outcomes. What are the favorable number of outcomes? To lose the game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's 6 upon 8. The answer is 3 by 4. 2 3s are 2 4s are. So our answer is what? 3 by 4. This is the way we can solve the question related to. Let's solve 25th example of textbook only. Here we have to just verify whether given both the statements are correct or not. Let's try one by one. Let's start with first one. If 2 coins are tossed simultaneously. So first of all, this question is for what? 2 coins. For 2 coins, possible outcomes is what? Head head, tail tail, tail head and head tail. Correct? Then there are 3 possible outcomes: 2 heads, 2 tails, or one of each of them. One of each of them means एक head और दूसरा tail, और दूसरा tail और पहला head. Therefore, each of these outcomes, the probability is what? 1 by 3. So we have to find out 3 probability for 2 heads, 2 tails and one of each. Let's find out their probability. First one, probability of getting 2 heads. Out of this 4, how many times it's 2 heads? Only 1. So it's 1. Out of total outcome 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1 by 4. Let's take second one. Second is what? Getting 2 tails. One, 2, 3, 4. Total outcome is again 4 only. Tails. 2 times tails is only 1 time. So it's what? 1 by 4. And the last one. That is what? Third. One of each of them. One of each of them means एक head और एक tail और एक tail और एक head. So both are there having 1 each. So getting one of each. 1 tail of each. What is the favorable outcome? It's 1 and 2. So this will be 2 by 4. And answer is what? 1 by 2. So 3 answer we got: 1 by 4, 1 by 4, 1 by 2. So here we got 3 answer: 1 by 4, 1 by 4, 1 by 2. And in question itself it is given that probability of this 3 condition is what? 1 by 3. So we got 1 by 4, 1 by 4, 1 by 2 and it's 1 by 3. So our answer is not verifying this one. So we can say that this statement is what? Incorrect. As we are not getting the same answer. Actual answer is what? 1 by 4, 1 by 4, 1 by 2. Now let's move to the second condition. Second question. If a die is thrown, there are 2 possible outcomes: an odd number and an even number. Therefore, the probability of getting an odd numbers. So first of all, a dice. Dice means possible outcomes are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So out of this, what are the favorable outcome for odd numbers? It's 1, 3 and 5. So how many favorable outcomes are there? 3. So probability of getting odd numbers equals to favorable outcome 3 and total outcome is what? 6. So 3 ones are and 2s are 1 by 2. And in question itself also given probability of getting an odd number is 1 by 2 and we also get 1 by 2. So this statement is what? Correct. So in short, the second statement is correct and the first statement is incorrect, as the answer is not verifying with the solved solution.